Today I'm doing what I thought I was going to do yesterday, but yesterday it rained. I'm putting mulch in my gorilla cart, and I've got quite a bit in there now. Makes my back hurt a little bit, so I'm going to go dig potatoes and then I'll come back and put some more mulch in the gorilla cart. So let's go dig potatoes. Well, the tops of the potatoes are really quite well spent, but I'm really disappointed in this harvest. The potatoes are almost all real little. The ground is nice and fluffy, so I know it wasn't because they didn't have good ground to go down in. I just don't know why they didn't grow. There were a few of the bushes that didn't even have a single potato on them, and some had one or two, and they were little, about the size of a dime, maybe a few the size of a quarter, and an occasional one that was bigger. But just a disappointing harvest. Most of these were potatoes that I purchased from the store, from the garden center too. They weren't just ones that I let go to seed in the house. So I don't know what their problem was. Just wasn't a good year for them, I guess. Potatoes and corn. I'm getting tomatoes finally. Well, there's a good-sized one. Well, there's my harvest. You can see I have a few that are an okay size. Most of them are little. I still have that big squash plant out there. There's some little squashes in it. Whether they have time to mature or not is the question. So I was going to put more in here, but kind of ran out of steam. My goodness, the neighborhood dogs are all barking. It's not at me, I don't think. They're pretty much down the street. The weather's quite the opposite from yesterday. Yesterday it rained, and rained, and rained. I like when I just jabber away at the camera and the camera isn't turned on. My plans for the mulch. We're out on the mound, an area where I weeded, transplanted some perennials from a place where nobody really could see them, out in front, and they're the kind that hopefully will kind of be a bit invasive. I want them to be invasive in that particular spot, because the thing that tends to be invasive there are my Canadian thistles, and I'd rather have something else be invasive, like mint, comfrey, or what was the other thing I planted? Oregano, I think it was thyme. I planted some thyme. I don't remember if I planted any oregano or not. Yeah, I think I did. We should go out there in a little bit and look, shouldn't we? This is a mushroom. I didn't know it was until I touched it. I thought it was a piece of paper and discovered it's a mushroom. Weird. A weird looking one. I like my yard. There's lots of things that I could do to make it prettier. The word energy comes to mind. I don't always have as much of it as I'd like. I noticed one of my pine trees is getting some brown stuff in it. We'll have to keep an eye on it. The flags are at half staff today because today is September 11th in memory of those that died 20 years ago. Okay, yes, I've got thyme and oregano. Comfrey and mint. So this area looks a lot better than it did. I still have a few thistles to get out here and there. But this looks a lot better than it did. I need to come out and pick some more beans. have a red nasturtium that's blooming. That's pretty. I don't recall that I've had a red one before. Oh, I weighed my potatoes, 34.3 ounces. I believe that comes out to 2 pounds, 2.3 ounces. So not much, but it's what I've got. Add that to, let's see, my 1 pound, 12.4 ounces last time. So that makes, hold on, that totals up to 3 pounds, 14.7 ounces of potatoes. Before I tack on the little wrapping it up portion of the video, I'm going to insert, and you can see on my next portion of the video, I comment on my dirty face. You can see I did wash it. But I wanted to speak to SHEDWARS just a tiny bit. I believe you've come along with me on my potato adventure. And so that's kind of why I'm including this as a SHEDWARS video. And why do I have the mulch? It helps to curb the weeds, and it helps to make my soil more rich because there's all kinds of creepy crawlies, the good kind, in there. I think I even have some worms in that. Looked like I did. Because that mulch has been sitting there for a while. Hopefully turning into compost. It's kind of a cross between mulch and compost. So that's why I have that. And that's an important thing to have for your garden. You should never leave the soil bare. It should either have mulch or plants. So now I'll insert the video where I wrap up the video. Oh my goodness, my face is dirty from digging potatoes. Well, that's all I'm going to share with you today. I need to go wash my hands and face, obviously. And put my potatoes somewhere where they can do what they're supposed to do right after you pick them. Rest for a bit and get that mulch spread where I want it. And then we'll see what else I want to do. I hope you get whatever you want to get done today. And until the next time I see you, may the good Lord richly bless you.